Hello there, I'm the Biz Manager and welcome back to Oxygen Not Included. Now today we have the task of completing what we didn't complete last episode, and that is the research to make a big-ass rocket. I can't wait to have a giant piece of firework to propel me to the stars. Now, Past Me did something right for a change. I love you so much, Past Me, I don't say that often, trust me. But today I do. Because today I no longer will have to be a slave to the material study terminal and be in here focusing my camera on Abe so that every 5 seconds, or in this case, every 40 seconds, I can activate that signal switch and send a red bolt. Now I can simply ignore it, and if Abe gets a strike in the head by a red bolt, well, at least we know that he can survive one red bolt to the head. Two might be a little bit too much. So we have that safety at least. I'm sorry, Abe. You are in really a precarious situation. It's always up to you to be safe out there. Okay? See, you don't want to be hit in the head by that. So yeah, let's keep Abe in the laboratory for now and doing some research. I'm just going to organize this. I did not know how much space I was going to use, and that's why I built the research station over here. Now I can put it over there and make our lab all neat and packed. Now this part over here is unnecessary, but truth be told, uh, we don't really need the space, and I'm not going to increase my whiz words over here just to make it more radioactive in here, because we have 18,000 rad bolts. Yeah, I think we are good on that. We don't need to increase the radiation level. So, yeah. Abe, finish your research so we can then, after that, research the big cockpits, and then we can start working on that rocket. Now, just because Abe is occupied, that doesn't mean my other dupes are doing a lot. In fact, they are pretty much just doing sweeping commands. So it's time for us to give them something to do, right? We either going to tame this copper volcano over here, or we are going to take advantage of the hydrogen vent and make a small power plant over here to burn that hydrogen. Alright, after thinking about it, power it is. Power is more of a necessity than materials. So pretty much, I'm going to make a simple chamber over here, insulated tiles so the heat from the hydrogen doesn't leak all the way outside. I'm going to make the gas pump out of steel, not copper, okay? Because I don't want to service this place. Okay? Make it out of steel, don't worry about it ever again. I'm going to make a triple mechanized airlock with an automation wire. Pretty much the objective is to have this door open in the middle of these two. That will create a vacuum and will make it sure that the temperature cannot move through the base. So yeah, pretty simple. This will have enough space for 6 tanks, a couple of generators, and then a couple of batteries to monitor the tanks and monitor all the system itself, you know, just like how I have made it before. Something simple and yeah, just for safety. Just for safety. Oh, by the way, guys, one thing that I failed to mention in the last episode, the reason why I moved the material study terminal right down here and I didn't implement this system over there is because if there is an accidental excess discharge of rad bolts, the rad bolts will hit the floor and not Abe. If it was this one, then the rad bolt will go through the material study terminal input and would hurt Abe, and we don't want that. This is for safety purposes only. Alright, research complete, finally. Let's select the next one. Jesus. I can't believe it. I don't have to worry about research anymore. Noscone. Here he is. Spacefarer module now. With that, do we have the Oxalite? This needs Oxalite, I'm pretty sure. Do we have a way... Do we have a way to give Oxalite to the engine? There is a cargo bay, so... Okay, just give me a moment so I can figure this out. Okay, so we have a small solid oxalizer, large solid oxalizer, oxidizer, Jesus Christ. Then we have the fuel tanks, large liquid fuel tank. So this probably is for petroleum, I would imagine, and the oxalite is for the oxalite. So yeah, makes sense. Okay, so once again, no, not an expert on rockets. This is more like a Kerbal Space Program attempt at this, right? We try, we fail, we try again. So, okay, before we do anything, let's queue up a bunch of steel, because the game keeps switching my building materials to steel, and so I have a bunch of things in my base that are made of out of steel that have no business being steel. If I find something in a place that I cannot access, I will be pretty mad. But yeah, let's get a little bit of steel, and then let's set up a rocket of sorts. We're still going to need the modulant and whatnot, but that should be quick. Ape shouldn't take too long to research that. Ooh, now we are getting a little bit too full on the Red Bolt front. Because Abe spent a little bit of time over here and he was not researching, so he wasn't consuming red bolts. Still, like I said, if there is any access, it will go to the floor, so meh, whatever. As long as Abe is not hurting that, I am okay. Okay, pretty much everything is ready. Please, stop. Not yet, okay. Let's vacuum out the place, but first we must expose the hydrogen vent and analyze it. Alright, so with that researched done, let's move on to other things. Yeah, I think that we could use these things, the solid filters, the rail thermosensor and whatnot. Yeah, element sensor. I think all of these things are extremely useful and not that expensive, so let's go, let's do that, and then I think we should focus on these three researches over here, the high velocity destruction, the pressurized forging, and this one by extension, because we want the drill cone. I kind of want to play around with that. New content, you know, so kind of want to see what that's all about. So the research focus has been set. Okay, now let me see, how much steel do I have already? Not a lot, but enough so that we can start doing some building. So first, I kind of want to do this engine, right? Then we are going to need fuel for that engine, so for now let's settle with... I don't remember the ratios. I don't know if it is 1-for-1, but I'm going to assume that it is, okay? If I am mistaken, then we will fix it later. Nothing I am not used to. Okay, so after that we're going to need the power and a little bit of that, so at least one battery. How much can you hold? Doesn't say. That's okay. We are going to need one few. Like, does it matter the material that I make you of? You know what? Just because, just to play safe. I don't want to deconstruct that when everything is up and running. So, one battery. How taller can I get? It doesn't say. However, I know there is a limit for the engine itself. Model engine power. Okay, we are not going to build anything super big anyway, so... Okay. After one battery, at least 2 solar panels will be needed. This is going to produce only 120 megawatts of power, I believe. I think it's 60 per. Right. Let me check it out over here. Yep, 60 per. So 120, it's barely enough to run anything, I suppose. I don't think it's even enough to run a one of you, right? Yeah, you require 120. So that means we are going to need actually at least 3 of these suckers or more. Okay, we are going to start with 3, and then if we need to add more, we will do so. 3 of you. Where is the solar panel? I can only build 2. So let's build 2, and then let's get the materials for the next ones. However, our guys can already start working on that, so yeah, let's get this done. Alright, so there we go. Pretty simple system. We already have a vacuum there, so the temperature shouldn't leak out. Hopefully... Oof, I don't even know if the steel will be able to hold such temperatures. Ouch. It's getting out pretty hot. Huh. Yeah, that's what I see. Damage overheat gas pump, yep. Yeah, I really didn't want to put a cooling loop in this. However, if steel is getting ooh, screwed up by that... Well, such is life, I suppose. How the hell am I going to do this? Because this is emitting really hot hydrogen. 500 degrees, and there is nothing around it to cool it off. Like, first, how the hell did this one survive? Oh, because this only emits at 150, huh? Okay, so that would explain it. And this system is not insulated, which allows a little bit of cold to get in. Oh well, for now, what I can do is just repair the gas pump. And yeah, I was going to vacuum this place, but there's no need for that. Not anymore. Given that we are going to overheat constantly. Huh. Okay, I will have to think about it. Because the temperature surely drops down eventually. But as it works, it rises up and gets overheating. Okay. That means this gas pump needs to be made of space metal stuff. And I am nowhere close to getting that. Well, I mean, we are one step closer now, at least. So I think this is how tall our rocket can be. So we can stick up a couple more of these, actually. Let's build 2 more. There we go. Then what do we need? For now we are only thinking about research. Right, so we are not going to put a drill on this one. Could you support one of these? I don't think so. I don't think the engine has the height for that. No, no it does not. Okay, so then I want one of these. Once again, I don't know if the material that is made makes any difference, but sure. And a basic nose cone. Once again, made out of steel. Overheat temperature plus 900. Yeah, I don't think that is going to make a difference then. Huh. Yeah. Okay, for now let's build it out of gold, out of copper, just because, if needs be, it's the last part of the rocket, so should be pretty easy to build. Alright, so let's wait for the rocket to be constructed, and then let's get into the Spacefarer module. And once inside, maybe we can start setting up some systems that will allow an astronaut to work in space for a few days. Another thing I just learned, you don't need to connect these things to give power to the battery module. Huh. If we look over here, right, I connected this battery to that solar panel because I thought, you know, these things need to be connected, but no, apparently it does not. Alright guys, so with most of our rocket pretty much done, I think it is time for us to start working on the supplying part, because unfortunately this rocket will not be as easy to supply as this one, right? It needs both oxalite and liquid fuel, which means petrol. Now, in here, right now it's not that cold actually. These rockets are rather toasty, so they warm up the environment. However, around the rocket, as you can see, it can get pretty cold, so we don't want to have pipes filled with petroleum, because that might solidify the pipe. Right now, I am unsure if I run a line like this, will the rocket destroy it? Because that would be pretty bad. And, well, here's what I'm gonna do. Just out of precaution, right? This is not going to be a one-way line, per se, right? We are going to feed it through here, and once the tank is full, the remaining will be sent back to the storages down here. And this will be controlled with a valve. Right, not the liquid meter. Where is the stuff? Liquid shut-off. Hello. Right now I'm going to have the liquid shut-off controlled by a signal switch. And so the refueling of this will be manual. Let me see, there is any input, output in here? No, so there is no way to tell if this is full or not. That's okay, that's okay. In fact, actually there is. Like, if you want to get really complicated with your automation, all you need to do actually is for a pipe element sensor, right? Plumbing. Liquid pipe element sensor, right? If I put a pipe element sensor right here with a signal to the liquid shutoff, if this pipe detects petroleum, then it's because this is already full, so the liquid shutoff can, you know, shut off, and the rest of the fuel will get inputted back into the liquid reservoirs. However, I don't want to get that complicated. You know, refueling this shouldn't be too hard. If it is, you know, I can always upgrade the system with that particular thingy over there. But yeah, now it's just a matter of building the pipes down to the supplying area. Now, for the Oxalite, I'm going to use an Oxalite refinery. Obviously, there is other ways for you to obtain the Oxalites, namely with puffs. There is a variant of the puff, pretty much like the Glossy Draco, that instead of excreting a slime or polluted dirt or whatever they excrete Oxalite. However, look at the amount of oxygen that we have. Do you really think we are earthing for oxygen? And we are not, okay? And now, even though this looks extremely complicated, and it is, what we actually are going to do is an overflow of the oxygen. Any overflow that exists from this oxygen line will be turned into oxalite, meaning that if you really need the oxalite's production will stop and all the oxygen will be redirected to our base. And how do we achieve that? Pretty much just like I did in here. This is the jet suit oxygen reservoirs, right? And because this is the least used oxygen, I created an overflow over here that branches out to both the other supplies, other reservoir lines. Right? So pretty much all we need to do is the same. Given that this line will already receive the overflow from this one, if this line is full, then it goes out, and you as well. Oh, but you are in kind of a precarious situation because of all the pipes that exist around you. Huh. But in any case, the theory behind it is pretty much the same. Once the tank gets full, it allows the oxygen to flow, well, this is going to be a pretty large line, but and I'm pretty sure that I will have to cut through this cold environment that I was trying to save and not ruin with my expansion industry. But oh well, I will figure something out. But pretty much this is the basic crux of the matter. Overflow from our main oxygen production should be more than enough. to provide the oxygen that we need for the Oxalite refinement. Another thing will be, given that this only holds 900 kilograms and one of these holds 5 tons, the automation to call in fuel for these tanks will be done exclusively from the very first tank of fuel. So pretty much we just want to refuel the first tank of fuel with our main from our main fuel line. The rest of the fuel is for buffer, because you know, if we have this tank full and we are sending fuel down the line and this tank is already full, we need space for the fuel to flow back, and you know, that means a couple of empty tanks. I'm going a little bit overboard. Actually, all we need is 2. 1 full, 1 empty. You know, pretty much that will be all. So please give me a moment while I figure out on the best way for me to do things, like the oxygen line, the fuel lines, and all of that, and I will bring you guys back once I have this ready. Alright guys, so the plumbing will be working as follow, right? We already have those 2 lines over there, these 2 lines over there. We only need to connect them, pretty easy. We just need to mine all of this, not a problem. So pretty much this is the input line from our main petrol storage. As you can see, there is a liquid bridge over here that goes straight into the very first tank of fuel. Now, this line will be the return line, and it will return into this tank. From this tank there is a pipe directly down, and the reason for it to be a pipe in here and a liquid bridge over there, it's because the game, if I recall correctly, will give priority for the fuel line, meaning if this fuel line has fuel going through it, it will be impossible for the game to add any additional fuel into this line. This only guarantees that the return fuel line has priority and therefore can never get full. And if it can never get full, there will never be fuel in the pipes, so there will never be frozen fuel out there. So we save ourselves a little bit of trouble. Now, oxygen, I built a small gas reservoir over here because... what you doing in here? No! You are to be out here. I created a small place for them to stay because these guys can be a little bit annoying sometimes. But yeah. Gas reservoir, because we should not waste anything. If we have room for production, we should do so. Gas reservoir goes straight into the Oxalite. I will cut a tunnel through here, and in that tunnel then I will place a row of insulated tiles, which is a little bit too low for my tasting. We kind of want to go like this. Yep. To try and save as much of this cold biome as possible. Why do I want to save the cold biome? I have no idea. I just want to. So... unfortunately, there's Wizward will have to go, so bye-bye Wizward. Another thing, guys, just a quick ask for your help. What should I do over here? I wasn't expecting this to be so violent. Building improvement? Where? Oh, right. I wasn't expecting these guys are over here to be so violent. We have liquid lead inside of that chamber. That's how hot things get around here. Now, I am a little bit worried about extending my cooling loop down here, because the temperature is hot enough to flash the water into steam, and that would only mess things up even more. And right now, this is not good, but at least it's contained, right? We have a vacuum that prevents the heat from bleeding out. Eventually this room will be overpressurized, meaning the hydrogen vent will not erupt anymore. It is a shame that I'm losing all of these resources, but hey, if the hydrogen vent was entombed, I was not getting the resources anyway. So, with that in mind... and given that the cooling loop is kind of a difficult thing, and I don't want to make a cooling... like, it would be stupid. Or maybe it's not stupid if I'm generating more power than I'm using, but it would be a little bit redundant. Well, it would not be super smart to use a aqua tuner to cool off this, only to extract the hydrogen to burn into power, right? Like wasting 1.2 megawatts of power constant constantly because this temperature requires a constant cooling, and the gas pump, it's 240 plus 1.2 plus the filter, which is no longer necessary because this is all hydrogen, but still all of this is at least 1.5 megawatts of power. We would have to have at least two of these would break even. Three would start making would be a power positive, right? But it's only power positive as long as we have hydrogen, because we cannot forget that these need to be constantly cooled off, otherwise it will get broken. So yeah, if you have any tips on how I should control the temperature over here without wasting too much power, if at all possible, of course. If not possible, well, then it's not possible. And I will just build a niobium or whatever it is called, the space metal stuff. I will build one of those in here, and we'll just take the hit on the face like the big mans we are. Just another thing, guys, one tip from you was to put a couple of lamps to speed up research. That's actually a very, very good idea. Because research, even though we already found a way to speed up the process, research is always painfully slow. So let's get this done as well. Ow. Like, it's still working. It's still working. It's just... like... how is this possible? How the hell did the petroleum get displaced from over... oh, maybe that was how. Maybe a little bit... no, but the metal tile temperature would make that impossible. The second liquid chlorine touches this tile, will evaporates back into gas, so it is impossible for the chlorine to displace the petroleum over there. The problem is that now the petroleum is siphoning off the temperature like crazy. The lock is no longer perfect. And now we get the soggy feet. This is a problem. Okay, if I build a tile over here, right? And then... no, but if I build a tile over there, that would squeeze the petroleum either back over there or back over there. And I don't want it to go over there. This is an issue. Why can't I have nice things, game? I want to have nice things, but you don't let me. I'm going to reduce the temperature over here. No, not... let's make the safety temperature minus 50 degrees and see if the chlorine maintains the temperature. I kinda use the temperature threshold to be at minus 22 to give us a little bit more room, so we don't have the refrigerated deep freeze constant cycle. Now, this is so disgusting. The petroleum over here. Like, it maintains the lock, so the lock itself, it's not a problem. The problem is the soggy feet, obviously. That's not ideal. And the fact that we are now losing the temperature very rapidly through here. Well, this will require some thinking. But, okay. Let's move on. Alright, so if I build a tile, the petroleum gets back in place. Okay, now that's nice to know, because, well, at least that way we can fix the problem rather quickly. Now, while we wait for this to happen, I've been planning my tube expansion. And, you know, just to make sure that they don't work on this as often as on this, I just have this on 6 priority and the tube is on 5 priority. So they should go over there and allow me just to do some planning. Anyone that doesn't want to build, they can then proceed to do the tube, I suppose. Because, you know, a part of the build over here requires jet suits. I'm not going to build scaffolding all over the place. I'm not feeling like it. Now, I built this dispenser over here for a particular material. Where is the regolith? Filtration medium. Filtration medium. Filtration medium. There we go. Regolith and critter eggs. Shove vol. Sweep only. And then I know there is a shove vol egg around here. Hello. Nope, not you. The eggs, please. Sweep a maximum priority because we don't want a shove vol to hatch in there. That way they are contained in here and they don't bother us. Alright, so with that said, guys, let's just keep on waiting, because even though this is... oh no. Yeah, 5 priority. So even though this is a lower priority, they are still ignoring it. You know. This part, there are things that you guys can build, right? So I am unsure if this is intended or not, but it's quite funny. The smart storage bin is going insane. Like, it has no power, so it shouldn't be sending any signal, but the game is like, it's having a fit right now. Like, could you please not do that? I'm pretty sure that is not helping in the frame rate problem. Please? Stop? Even with the power on, this thing is going a little bit crazy. What the hell is going on? Sends a green signal when the bin is full. The bin is not full. So why are you constantly switching between enable and disable? I don't know. I'm going to reconstruct the automation because this sounds a little bit on the weird side. Alright guys, so it has stabilized. All I need to do was to deconstruct one piece of automation wire, rebuild it, and everything is cool now. Still, we have to admit, it was quite funny to see the game tilting out. Alright, so we can see the overflow in action. Right now is not a lot, given that we are using the oxygen. Most of our guys were asleep at the base, so they were there consuming oxygen, so only natural that the oxygen line for the base is being utilized, and both of the suits are also being utilized, given that our dupes dropped the suits at the docks, and so they are now being refueled. But still, we can see the concept in action. Any oxygen that is not being needed will be sent over here and turned into Oxalite. And I already verified that this is working. The sweeper will take the Oxalite out of the refinery and put it in the storage bin. Once this is done, and now that the automation CC signal has stabilized, this should tell the Oxalite refinery that enough is enough. Now this can hold up to 20,000 kilograms. And I believe this is only 900. Yep, 900 Oxalite. Fantastic. Now, can we deliver Oxalite by rail? We cannot. I mean... technically, maybe we could. Right, so let's say... would a sweeper put... but this is a vacuum, and a sweeper would overheat eventually. You know what? Manual use is just fine. Once again, I am unsure if the Oxalite will off-gas while inside the solid oxalizer tanks. I think that would be pretty dumb, so I'm going to assume no. But still, I will refuel the Oxalite last. And it is a shame that it must be delivered by hand, because even though it's a short ride, right, from over here all the way over there, which we probably should put a few ladders, now that I know that I need to do some maintenance over there. A few ladders is not a bad idea. And a few ladders over there with a gantry, so that the Dupe can get inside. Should be around here. It should be good. Alright, so we are closer than ever to have the rocket ready to go. Now, let's take a look inside. It's not a lot of space. It's a little bit more than this, for sure. But still, Now, how are we going to do this? Because the Dupe comes in a suit. However, the suit does not hold enough oxygen for a couple of days, right? So we need to create an atmosphere in here, which means that we need to control the carbon dioxide. Can we vent outside? Gas intake, gas output. Allow gases to be drawn from rocket storage via pipes. Allows gas to be pumped into rocket storage via pipes. Huh. Well, we cannot vent it outside, but can we vent it into a tank and then we can simply get rid of it, right? So, you know, because if we could vent outside, what we could do for the carbon dioxide is one of these, where is ventilation, a mini gas pump, right? Right there on the floor, absorbing the carbon dioxide with an automation sensor. Gas element sensor. This is pretty simple. Of course, it's not going to work as intended at first, but the idea is there is carbon dioxide on the floor. The pump is activated and removes the carbon dioxide out of the habitat. So okay, I like it. I like it. But for that we need a reservoir outside, right? Let me see. Add a new model above. There's gas reservoir. Do we have anything like that? Large gas cargo canister. What does it say? It says nothing. I think a small gas canister would be preferable. Large one seems like an overkill, but we don't have a small one. Huh. We have a small solid, but no small gas. Oh well, it is what it is. 1,000 steel though, Jesus Christ. That's quite the expensive thingy, don't you think? Game, I think that's quite expensive for the purpose that it's going to serve, but oh well. It is what it is. Move the rocket upstairs, which means the gantry is not over there. Oh. And we are pretty much at the limit of what the rocket can do. Alright. Now, back inside, what do we need to survive? We need food that doesn't spoil in 2 days, so we are back to pickled meal, I suppose. Just for the astronauts. Kinda shitty, but that's the only food that I think of that we can conserve for a long time, right? So, we are going to need one of these. We are going to need one of these. We are going to need furniture. Where is it? One of you. Okay, I'm just putting the parts over here so that we can see what do we need. This is a pretty bare bones thingy, so where is furniture? Furniture bed, because we are going to need one of those. Okay, so we have a place to go to the bathroom, we have a place to sleep, a place to eat, oxygen to breathe, carbon dioxide to get expelled out of the environment. So we get the Dupe inside, we make him drop his suit, and then he can survive off of this. Alright, so let me Tetris this into a somewhat good-looking environment. Oh, we cannot forget the storage bin and the science, because this is the main purpose of all of the stuff, is to do space science. I don't even have the space to... There we go. Space science. Oh, right over there. So, all of this is 120. This is 60, I believe. 60, and this is over there. This is over here. 60 as well. So all of this combined is 240 power consumed. So we need for solar panels to go full throttle. We shouldn't be full throttling all the time, but still 4 panels for safety. All right. Once again, let me Tetris this into a somewhat presentable layout. Alright, so this is my very first attempt. Once again, I am unsure on how things actually work, but I think I have it all covered. We have a place to eat, place to sleep, place to poop, we can breathe, and we can do the research. We have an hand sanitizer over here just to prevent the germs from escaping. An outhouse, I believe it has 15 visits, so every single time that we go on a research mission, we should empty out the outhouse just to be sure. However, from all of this, the only thing I am unsure of is the carbon dioxide removal system, right? Because yeah, if it is not this, the only other thing I can think about is using oxyfern. But the oxyfern, that would mean that we would have a tile filled with carbon dioxide because we would have to build a food tile, right? A farm tile, just like this, and the oxyfern will stay over here and over here. So yeah, I don't like that solution. That yeah, we cannot build those on the floor. Okay, so let's let the dupes build this up, and yeah, one thing that I kind of want to test out now is I want to get out of the rocket. I know there is a suit laying around in here somewhere. This Atmos suit is perfectly good, right? So I kind of want to see, is there anyone around base? Really? No, no one's inside. Hello? Please? Okay, here's Meep. Let's assign Meep to that suit. Let's see what he does. He does nothing. You are not going to take the long way there, are you? You are! No, you're not. Okay. So we assigned that suit, yet Meep did nothing. Wait, what? Why are you here, Meep? The suit is in here. Meep? What? Huh? Alright, so we really need to build an Atmos suit checkpoint with a dock in there for the Atmos. Do I really need to do that? Game? Please spare me that. Come on. I will try it one time. Getting the astronaut in there. We'll drop the suit on the floor and hopefully you'll get the just out of curiosity, can I? Nah, I can't. Okay, I tried. Alright, like I said, I'm going to try once to build to not build an Atmo dock in there. I'm going to drop the suit on the floor and then I'm going to try to re-equip the suit without a dock. I don't know if that will work. If it doesn't, well then the astronaut will have to endure a little bit of vacuum, but it will be okay. Wait, did someone use this? 14 visits remaining, and there is a little bit of polluted dirt in there. My mind? Like, first, how the hell did you poop with a suit on? Do the suits have a hole in the back? Turn around, Meep. Okay, that's quite odd. Bubbles, turn around. I need to take a look at your ass, please. I don't see anything that would allow you, okay, to poop in there. Oh well. Doesn't. Whoa! Stop! Full stop. Carbon dioxide, please. Oh no. Huh? There is carbon dioxide in here? How? Oh, jet suits, of course. Yeah, there is quite a lot of it. Well, not quite a lot, because there is only a little bit of either oxygen. I mean, the thingy didn't compress the automation. What? Oh. All right, so let's get this done. Like right now. This is for algae. 1,000 kilograms of algae should be enough. Where is algae? Miscellaneous? No, organic. Algae goes there. This already has the plastic. Let's request deliverance, and in here. What are we going to ask to get? We can get the preserve. The preserve gets as a long spoilage time. And pickled milk, maybe? Yeah, both of these. High priority. Let's go. Let's request all of these things. So, yeah, soon we'll be able to test out our new environment. Okay, so it is actually being stored inside a large gas cargo canister, and that can be empty out. So we have a little bit of stuff over there. Oof. There we go. Oh, and gets in very convenient bottles and all. Fantastic. Look! There they go! What the hell? Bro! Don't you have a bathroom to go? I built it. Oh my god. These dupes, okay. So, let me get this straight. You rather go to the rocket, do your business, right? No, this is not where I want to go. You rather go to the rocket instead of going to your bathrooms over here. And then you rather eat the pickled meal that we are saving for our astronauts instead of the very nice stuff that you have over there. Okay, dupes. Like, that's going to be interesting. So, I figured that is happening because we have only 12 lavatories and more than 12 dupes in one shift, meaning they all want to go to the bathroom at the same time, but because there is no bathrooms available, they are going to the rocket instead. Okay, so that can be easily switched by can be easily fixed by putting Liam, Rowan, and Marie. Rowan. Where is Marie? And Liam over there. Liam, where are you? There we go. On this shift over here is slightly different, so their downtime shouldn't coincide, me thinkies, or is like this. Okay, let's try this. Let's see if this works, because otherwise I can just do this, and this. Okay, now we make sure that their downtime is not in any coincidence. You know, it's not happening at the same time, so they shouldn't be using the bathroom all at the same time. And that should prevent them from going into the rocket, given that these are better bathrooms. So, I'm going to ask a couple of extra meal woods to be produced. We don't have any being farmed, so it's only natural that we don't have any pickled meal, so let's ask everybody to stop eating that. Stop eating pickled meal, please. Only the astronaut can do that, and I'm pretty sure the astronaut can find something more tasty than the pickled meal. Okay, at least let's hope for that. And let's go to the rocket in here, because the bristleberries, I mean, are the most abundant thing that we have. We are going to ask for that, and yeah, with a couple of bristleberries, even though they are going to take they are not going to take long to be stale. Hopefully, we'll be able to test out this system. I just want to test it out. The research only requires 30 points, so not even one day should be needed. So yeah, let's get this done as quick as possible. Alright guys, so with food inside, we need to start resupplying this, so let's activate the fuel. Oh, the oxalizer, of course. I have at least 1000 kilograms, so at least one fuel tank of this I can ask for. Let's put this on very high priority, so our dupes get that. Let's refuel this. Alright, rocket is full of petroleum. Let's send the off switch. And the rest of the petroleum will now flow back. And we're ready to launch. Let's go then. Location, just over here. Doesn't really matter, it's just for a test. Let's put the crew. Cargo transfer complete. The rocket platform could still transfer cargo to or from this rocket. Oh, because of the gas inside. Yeah, don't worry about that. Don't worry about that. Abe is inside. Let's acknowledge the warnings. Okay, let's launch our rocket Soul XL1. Oh, no. Slow motion, please. There we go. Let's cook our... Holy Jesus, something melted. What? What melted? Oh no, the rocket platform melted! Oh no, that's terrible. That is the worst thing that could possibly happen. Oh my, I wasn't expecting that. Okay. Emergency, emergency. Make this out of steel, please. Like yesterday. Okay. Yeah. Now, this has to work because, okay, Abe. Now, I'm going to request you to unequip your clothing. No, unequip your suit, okay? But, here's the kicker. You have to be able to dress it up once you get outside, okay? Because I am unsure if they are able to do that. Hopefully this will work. Unequip suit, okay. Just to test it out. Ape, let's see what happens. Oh yeah, okay, so he dresses the suit back again, so that's perfectly fine. Let's unequip it, and now you can do whatever you want, my friend. Or in this case, please do the research, because that's the thing that you are here to do. So yeah. Now all I need to do is just keep an eye on him, see if everything is working as intended. Hopefully it will be. And I think this is a success, so great. Alright guys, so after keeping an eye on Abe, I can say with some degree of certainty that this is a success. Now, unfortunately, we will not be able to be using bristleberries because, yeah, these things will spoil rather quickly, as you can see. Bristleberries. Why the... Oh, because this one is still refrigerated. Okay. So yeah, minus 13% per cycle. I mean, he can hit 1 kilo of food per day. So if we only have like 5 kilos and only leave him for 5 days, if the food is at 100% freshness, it should be okay, you know. By the end of his research mission, he's going to be eating stale bristleberries, but oh well. He'll survive. And with that said, guys, I think this episode will be slightly shorter than usual, but maybe maybe it is not. Who knows? But with that in mind, I hope that you have enjoyed this episode and that you are enjoying the series so far. For future episodes, we will continue the orbital research, so we can have the drilling machine and you know, can start exploring that part of the new content from the Spaced Out DLC. But yeah, guys, if you have enjoyed the episode, please consider subscribing and help the channel grow. But in the meantime, this is the Base Manager signing out. Bye bye.